Ladies and gentlemen, please get comfortable and put a smile on your face as I welcome all of you to the 2021 Community Builder Celebration. Please find a table and take your seats. That is what I would normally be saying at the beginning of this event. Instead, I get to say, get comfortable, adjust the volume on your phone or computer, and feel free to enjoy your lunches. We are so grateful to have you all here today. Welcome to the 2021 Community Builder Celebration. My name is Julia Cook, and I am an explorer with the OEC Post. I'm really excited to be with you all today. I represent more than 25,000 youth served by Scouting, Exploring, and Base Camp program. It is my pleasure to welcome you all today to today's celebration in honor of, drumroll please, young people. Thank you for supporting youth in our community. The Community Builder Celebration honors people who have uncommonly demonstrated his or her commitment to making our community a better place in which to live. It especially recognizes those who demonstrate ongoing, long-term concern for the community and welfare of youth and children, helping in all ways to improve the community of today in every way possible. This year's celebration will present 6 Spurgeon and 1 Community Builder Award through a series of videos this week, with a new set of videos being emailed to you every day at noon. Proceeds from this event benefit to local youth in Scouting's co-educational career, exploring workplace development programs. Thank you to all of our sponsors for this year's virtual celebration. Today's videos are presented by the St. Paul Foundation, Catherine B. Anderson Fund, and Ecolab. This year, we will be presenting the awards virtually through a series of short videos highlighting each recipient's contributions to the community. Today, we will present 2 of the 6 2021 Spurgeon Awards. William H. Spurgeon III is credited with developing the co-educational career exploring program. Exploring matches young men and women with businesses and organizations in which their career fields of interest, building leadership, citizenship, and a healthy, prepared workforce. Since 1980, the Spurgeon Award has been presented to a person who helps others through their generous contributions of time, energy, and talent, helping in all ways to improve the community of today in every way possible. Today's first recipient is John Guttery from Ecolab. John is a valued member of the senior leadership team at Ecolab with a wide range of accomplishments, respected for his career and strategic abilities and his genuine care and concern for people. He currently is a Senior Vice President of Enterprise Initiatives, leading the company's involvement in Techstars Farm to Fork Accelerator Program and the company's supplier diversity initiatives. John also led the company's COVID-19 project management organization during the global pandemic. At the start of the global pandemic, he founded Land of 10,000 Masks, a grassroots effort with the objective of connecting, protecting, and celebrating the diverse communities we have throughout Minnesota. He saw a need to embrace differences, stimulate curiosity, and build a sense of belonging, while helping citizens stay safe and healthy. Heritage fabric, representing over 50 ethnic groups, nationalities, and LGBTQ, was cut, sewn, and donated by conscientious volunteers and activists. Each donated mask included information about the heritage it represents to further understanding and openness to differences. They came very close to their 10,000 goal.
So Land of 10,000 Masks, such a fun and exciting project for many of the reasons that I've already mentioned about community building, but also bringing diverse groups together, sharing opportunities to make connections and learn more about one another. If you think about where we were as a society a year ago, extremely divided, in many cases still are, but really at the heat of the moment, we had the cloud of COVID coming across much of the world. We had really horrific incidents like the George Floyd murder at the hands of the Minneapolis police that were reinforcing how far we have yet to come or how little we've moved with regard to racial inequities. And these kinds of things were certainly furthering polarization, further dividing us. And we were struggling as a society, as a community, to find common ground. With COVID, there was an acute need on the healthcare side, or at least protecting ourselves and protecting our neighbors. And we came up with a concept that we were really excited about that we thought could touch on multiple aspects that I just mentioned. Because here in Minneapolis and across Minnesota, we are blessed with really, really interesting pockets of diversity from all over the world, diaspora from all over the world, representing just about every region of the world. We thought it would be a great opportunity to learn more about our neighbors, to help others learn more about our neighbors, to learn more about the cultures. And so what we did is we organized groups to start getting donated fabric from different ethnicities, different special interest groups, different countries from around the world. And then we built a large group of volunteers, a massive network of volunteers to cut the fabric, to turn these fabrics into kits with threads, needles, ready to go with instructions so they could be sewn. And these kits went out 50, 100, 75 at a time to different volunteers that we all recruited. And then we had a group of volunteers who would manage logistics, sourcing, and ultimately the donation process. And what it did is it really involved the entire community here in the Twin Cities. So imagine this, if you would. Envision an immigrant from Mexico who we met at a predominantly Latino church, gets fabric from the Minnesota Africans United organization, and the fabric is from Sierra Leone. And we have a younger person developing a history card on Sierra Leone, talking about the significant events in Sierra Leone and how many people from Sierra Leone have immigrated to Minnesota. And then we sew these masks and we have them donated to a Hmong community or a Hmong family who now learns about Sierra Leone, learns about people living alongside them that they may not have known about before. And this crisscrossed all different cultures throughout the community and got so many people involved. I think we ultimately ended up making several thousand masks, but most importantly, we touched over 60 different ethnicities and countries. So the amount of learning that we were able to enable and the amount of curiosity that we were able to stimulate is really what we were most excited about.
John is also helping to make this community better for all through his volunteer work, which focuses on celebrating diversity and inclusion and encouraging people to expand their perspectives and adopt a global worldview. He has been a sponsor and advocate and keynote speaker for Green Card Voices, which aspires to build a bridge between immigrants, non-immigrants, and advocates from across the country. Through his leadership in Global Minnesota, he is supporting a unique lineup of programs offered from the Twin Cities to Greater Minnesota, focused on relevant and timely information on international issues, foreign policy, and cultural topics, providing the space and opportunity for Minnesotans to engage and discuss together.
I would encourage young and old to be humble enough to seek out the wisdom and guidance and mentorship of others. Open yourself up and listen, and find people, surround yourself with people who are capable of giving good advice and are motivated to do so. So that's the first encouragement I would offer in response to that. Probably the most important mentor I have, and I have had, and as I said, I've had many, is my Uncle Pete. My Uncle Pete is my dad's older brother. Unfortunately, just passed away a few days ago. Had a massive stroke and passed away, but he was a very steady influence, someone to look up to, tremendous values, great sense of humor. Really got close to him when I was in university. He played baseball, I played baseball. He came to all of my baseball games, would always shake my hand after the game, and there'd be a couple $20 bills in there. He knew what it was like to be a poor college kid without a lot of extra spending money, and so that always put a smile on my face. But more importantly, having him there and knowing he was always there for me, and the role that he played, when in many cases in my life there were things that were not stable. So mentors for me filled some gaps that couldn't be filled at home just because of instability with regard to parenting, financial instability, emotional instability, psychological instability, all these things that many of us have to deal with growing up. Uncle Pete was one of those people who was just a guiding force for me and a rock solid force for me, and I will miss him dearly. I would say this advice goes to everyone. We'll direct it at youth because you asked the question, but get to know people who are different than you. Get to know people who are different than the people you're normally with. Be curious, be humble enough to be curious, make friends with or at least acquaintances with people you don't know, and get outside of your comfort zone a little bit. You know, as little kids, we hear don't talk to strangers, but it's really important to smile, connect with, say a few friendly words to people that you don't know. Get comfortable making those types of connections. And I would start with elderly, people in the community that are older than you, that have wisdom to share. Make a kind smile, a kind gesture, hold a door open for them. Reach out and make it a better community and a better place by starting to develop relationships, even on the surface, with the elderly that live around us.
John combines a demanding career with community involvement, generously sharing his talents both in and outside the workplace. He is a natural leader, driven by his curiosity and innate interest in other people. Even though he is battling brain cancer, he is the personification of resilience and makes a choice to be positive, maintains his optimism, and focus on building a better future through his work at Ecolab and his passion for his community. He demonstrates the power of having a larger purpose in your life, which makes it possible for you to overcome obstacles and keep making a positive contribution to the world. On behalf of the Northern Stars Scouting Board of Directors, we are happy to present the Spurgeon Award to John Guttery. Congratulations to John on receiving the Spurgeon Award. Your contributions to the community locally and globally are very much appreciated. Our next recipient today is Lewis Henry. Lewis is the owner and operator of 14 McDonald's franchises in St. Paul and surrounding communities, with his first store opening in 1989. Since then, Lewis has made it his mission to involve young people in his business, giving them opportunities to succeed at a very young age.
Yeah, we've been part of quite a few programs. You know, we hire a lot of youth, and we've had tutoring programs within our stores to help youth. We've gone to schools when the parents have been absent in the past to do that. We used to have programs with the St. Paul Police, with Chief Finney and Harrington, and some of those were the chief of police. We had programs where we could hire 14, 15, 16-year-olds and bring them into the stores. The police would pinpoint these kids that they thought were on the cusp of maybe going the wrong way, and they would bring them in and say, as long as you're here, you're okay. And we had a very successful run doing that until, you know, we couldn't deal with 14, 15, and 16-year-olds because of the labor laws. But we were involved with the mentoring. We had a program with the police now where we have a program where we give them gift cards to take the kids to lunch or dinner. And I'm on the St. Paul Police Foundation Board now. And I work with Chief Axel, and we do things within our community to support the police and their initiatives with youth.
The son of teachers, Lewis was taught the importance of giving back to his community at an early age, and it shows through his volunteer work on countless boards, including Regions Hospital, Boys and Girls Club of the Twin Cities, Minnesota Timberwolves Foundation, St. Paul College Foundation, and many others.
Well, I think that a lot of things are lacking now, and I think one of the things are lacking is just it's so easy for the kids to go the wrong way now. We have to be more involved as a community in teaching and instructing them. And you know, we see so many things with youth now where we're killing each other and not helping each other, and we got to find a way to really redirect their energies and programs to really help them get more in the mainstream of what we really need to do. I'm working with some programs now with the youth. We also have programs now that I've worked with some kids in Costa Rica, and we have a program with the favela, the Digidad favela in Brazil, that a group of us are working with with the church to develop a computer lab and develop a food drive and clothing to help those. I have some friends that live in that area, and we've worked with them in that favela, and it's been very, very successful.
Lewis started his career serving in the U.S. Army for 15 years before working for Westington House Credit Corporation and rising through the ranks to be a zone credit manager before the lure of being an owner and operator of a McDonald's franchise had him change careers. Lewis saw what he could do with a McDonald's franchise and how it could give back to a community. Today, his 14 stores give back in many ways people don't even realize.
A lot of times we do things that are not on the radar. I'm on the board of directors of the Salvation Army now. We provide a lot of meals. I'm on the board of Regents Foundation Hospital. Right now, we've donated 10,000 masks. You know, we furnished, you know, with the Cancer Center, we furnished last year over 1,000 meals. We've given financial donations. We work with the homeless. You know, we've worked with schools. We've worked with kids and cops programs.
Lewis also sees the power of people working together. Through his work with St. Paul Schools, St. Paul Police Foundation, and St. Paul Parks and Recreation, Lewis helps create positive mentoring opportunities for kids and adults.
Our work base is the community. So we've worked with people that didn't have homes. You know, we've helped with funerals. So we are part of the community.
On behalf of the Northern Star Scouting Board of Directors, we are happy to present the Spurgeon Award to Lewis Henry. Congratulations to Lewis on receiving the Spurgeon Award. Your impact on St. Paul touches countless families, and we are proud to recognize you with this award. Thank you to the St. Paul Foundation, Catherine B. Anderson Fund, and Ecolab for being our Pillar of the Community sponsors this year. All proceeds go to Northern Star Scouting's Exploring program. Exploring serves over 3,000 youth in the Twin Cities and surrounding area. If you would like to learn more about this program or would like to donate, please visit www.northernstar.org and click on Give. Thank you for your support of Scouting, and watch your email tomorrow for Day 2's videos honoring Bill Lench of Delta Airlines and Allison O'Toole of Second Harvest Heartland.